What's up? This episode was recorded in 2024. It's the last one from 2024. Everything you see from next episode onward will be brand new. All of this to say, the numbers that we give in this episode are wrong. I have little graphics up on screen for every card, giving the at the time deck list numbers and the current ones for 2026. The important thing there is three of the cards would not be eligible for Temple's Treasures anymore. But who cares? They're really cool. Check them out. Some of the cards are still eligible, so that's cool. Enjoy the episode. Just thought I'd give a little preface here. Woo!
Yes.
Woo!
Bring in the heat.
Woo! Hello, and welcome to Temple of the False Pod, where our decks are not optimized, but our plays sure as heck are fun. I'm Andy.
I'm Bruce.
And welcome to the other side of my living room. Got this beautiful thing that my mother-in-law made back in college.
So technically, this is a behind-the-camera look.
Oh, yeah.
Literally, behind the camera.
We flipped my desk around. This is the other side. Yeah, so we're halfway through the season. Season 15? Is that right?
I think
Oh my
so.
god. We're so close to episode 150. This is amazing. It's been a wild season, of course. But because this is episode 5 of the season, it means we're doing Temple's Treasures. And for those who don't know, Temple's Treasures, we like to look at cards that just don't see enough play. Little treasures. So we've got a couple rules. We usually bring a couple cards to the table, talk about them, talk about the niche that they sit in, and talk about why we think that they deserve a spot in a deck of yours, maybe somewhere. And who knows, maybe it'll inspire you to buy a playset and put them in all your decks. Who knows? Previous seasons we've gone through all 5 colors of enchantments. We've gone through all colors of sorceries. Now we're on instants.
Yes.
And this is season 15, which means it's the last of our instants. It's our green ones.
Yes.
2 rules. First rule, first printed before 8th edition. Of course, it can be printed after that.
Yeah.
But if it's been printed after that and still seeing the low amount of decks, then it's really either not good or it's really not being played enough.
It's really underappreciated.
Yeah, underappreciated. Thank you. That's the word. And the second rule is that it is, as of time of recording, under 2,000 decks on edhrec.com. And that's kind of how we can tell if it's not really being played much, because that website scrapes the internet for deck lists and makes data.
Right. So that's how we determine that not enough people are playing these cards.
Yeah.
So, Andy?
Bruce?
What's your first one?
My first one. Do you smell it? Today is the first day of spring, as of recording. And I've got the Scent of Ivy. It's a single green for an instant. It says, reveal any number of green cards in your hand. Target creature gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards revealed this way. This card is currently in 246 decks. Now, I don't expect this card is good in non-mono green decks. I think if you add a second color, it gets much worse. But mono green, say you've got even 6 cards in your hand. You're paying a single green to give something +6/+6. And sure, you're revealing your hand, but you play this after blockers are declared, and bam. it could be the thing that pushes you over to commander damage, to, killing something. Maybe you've got lifelink. Maybe you've got something to like then loot away the cards that were in your hand. Revealing green cards in your hand isn't necessarily all that bad. And the great thing here...
Yeah, I mean, most of the time you're going to be looking at creatures. Because green creatures tend to make up a larger portion of most green decks. But a lot of times you're going to be getting cards out of your graveyard. This is green. So these are cards they're already going to know, are going to already know they're there. So you get a lot of, this is not as big a downside as people think it is. And there are other times when you just want them to know what cards you have.
Yeah.
I mean, fog is cute, but you only get to use it once. If everybody knows you have the fog in hand, then everybody is either sending much smaller attacks your way because they want you to use it up, or they're just not coming at you at all because they just don't want their attack wasted. That's a card that is so much better when people know that you have it. So you can just sit there and have that revealed and keep going. And remember, it's something to consider with Scent of Ivy. It's the number of green cards. So because this is green, you're probably going to have a couple lands in your hand that you haven't had a chance to play out yet. Those cards, you can't reveal them. So you're only revealing some of your hand.
Yeah.
So this is very much a card you want to use in a deck where you've got a full mitt of cards, and they're not all just lands.
Yeah.
So
because I mean, like,
more the better.
Green, obviously, one of the main colors of card draw, and I mean, like you said, big in recursion. So like, you can have your handful of green cards fairly easily. But like, even so, like, if you're getting at least +3 out of this, like, it's worth it. Like, it is better than Giant Growth. Is that the one green or single green?
Giant Growth is 1 green +3/+3.
But granted, with Giant Growth, you're not revealing your hand. But I mean, I think like it is just such a nice. It sits nicely in decks that want either cards. It sits nicely in a deck where you either want to target your creatures or just like you're being like you're unblocked. This actually would probably go really well in my like Khazar and Ukima deck, even though I'm not getting like the full benefit of adding, +7/+7 because I have a full hand of 7 green cards because it has 2 other colors. Like, adding that to say Ukima does still have the also other effect of like it's bigger, so that when it leaves I get more cards. And so like there's niche here. It's very interesting to just kind of understand that like it's in your deck. If it's in your hand, then you don't have to play it.
Right.
Hold it until you're like, this is the brilliant time to play it. I know that I'm going to draw 6 cards at the end of turn. Like, you filter through. You don't play it as the soonest time that you can.
Right.
So.
Yeah, no, that just makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not playing Scent of Ivy to hit for that large amount, like you're just going to use it, well, then Giant Growth. You don't have to, if it's the only card in your hand, it's still going to be +3. Scent of Ivy, you really do have to have the large hand size, but your deck is built for this, and you are going for it. So so it's not something that's going to hit that you're going to want to hit. There are some limitations to it, but honestly, turn 1 creature, turn 2 Scent of Ivy on top of it. Hit for +5 with a 1/1 or a 2/2. I mean, that's a lot of damage in the first turn. Now, personally, I would prefer to hold it until the later game when you can surprise the heck out of somebody, and it's not just the number that gets them down to 35. It's the number that brings them down to 5.
Right. Yeah.
Really,
this is
puts them in a danger zone.
This is the nice flexibility of cards where it acts both as a win condition and protection.
Right.
So like, you know, if it's going into battle and somebody flashes out a blocker, then like you're like, oh well, I've got a backup. You know, like I
Right.
play Scent of Ivy, make it big enough to survive, and then move on with your day. Like you're not giving up too much of a card by playing this, right? I like it. What's your
My first one? Spore Cloud.
Yeah.
So Spore Cloud costs 1 green. It says tap all blocking creatures. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Each attacking creature and each blocking creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. So, when this card was created, you were either attacking or blocking. And in the end, you waited for a time when your opponent was attacking you and you had no blockers. And you would just tap, so the blockers were tapped, who cares? But then you would prevent all damage from the attack, and they would stay attacked for the next turn. And then this would give you the opportunity then to come in with your creatures. That's cute. However, nowadays, everybody's playing with 3 opponents. Why are you using this if someone's swinging at you? Or if you're swinging at someone else? You're waiting for your opponents to go at each other. And then you can screw them both over at the same time. Because, yes! And this is the kind of card I love. Everything's tapped. Wait until they set the blockers, and then before damage is dealt, this goes down. It's delightful. Just delightful. And they're going to keep all their stuff tapped. Oh. It opens the defender up to future attacks. It opens the attacker up so that, it opens them up for an extra turn because they were already going to be exposed. They were sort of expecting whatever's coming. I love Spore Cloud. Love it.
This is wild because it does so many things, right? Like it's a fog, but it's also it opens up your opponents to attack, and especially like it's happening on like if you play it on an opponent's turn, like you're negating essentially 2 attacks for whoever's attacking because it's like you just fogged that attack. Their next attack, their things will still be tapped. But I also like that it keeps the blocking creatures tapped. Like that's just so.
Yeah,
it's great. And like and on top of it, if there's no say questing beast out or something like something that's stopping the prevention, then like you're probably using this on a big attack. You're probably preventing some sort of life gain, which is also good. Like
yes.
This is the type of card that I love that just gets better with multiplayer.
Right. And I appreciate the reason it's barely used is it's a fog. It's a fog effect, and it does cost 3. So it's not like it's, I incidentally happen to have a land available. You kind of have to plan a little bit for this. So I get that's why it's not really there. And fog effects generally are known to be, I've delayed the inevitable 1 turn. If you're playing a fog effect, you have to be able to win on the next turn or you're just dead. Well, Spore Cloud doesn't really require that.
Yeah.
Because if I've got 2 opponents that are fighting and then my turn comes around, I can swing outright and know that they're going to stay tapped until my next turn. Now I either can swing again or I can have all my stuff untapped and be like, okay, now I'm ready for you guys. So it's just a bonus. It's a bonus attack step, and I really like this one. But I love it. It's in 934. So
no, this card is great. I think like you said, the extra attack for you is great. I think that even just in general, like fogs, I always want to like defend fogs and be like, yeah, but like, like what about like if they're, flunging because they know that like you can win next turn. But like how often are people attacking into try to like eliminate the player because they know that that player's gonna win next turn. But like at the same time, if you're blocking, if you're using it to fog yourself, you're obviously just not blocking, right? Like
you just don't block.
Yeah, you don't block.
So
okay, all right. I talked to this card through.
Yeah.
All right, I got it.
Yeah, no, it's worth it. And I will say, as somebody who has started putting fog in some of my decks, I have won a game because of fog. And I appreciate it was right time, right place, but I won the game because I had fog. No, it's not going to be the number 3 selection for your deck, but I think it can squeeze in there. In there towards the end. So, Andy, what's your next card?
My next card is 1 and a green. It's called Resuscitate. For 2 mana, it's an instant, obviously. It says, until end of turn, each creature you control gains 1, regenerate this creature. For those who don't know, actually, I should probably look this up just to read it correctly. Regenerate.
Yeah, until end of turn,
regenerate
you control.
Is no longer an evergreen keyword. We have indestructible for that. But regenerate, for those who don't know, says regenerate the next time this creature would be destroyed. It isn't. Instead, tap it, remove all damage from it, and remove it from combat. This is great, obviously, with board wipes. Similarly to indestructible, doesn't get around -X type things,
right?
Which is unfortunate. But for say 3 mana at instant speed, you are getting to save 1 of your best creatures, and
right.
You get to choose which creatures you want to save during a board wipe, which is nice. Obviously, it would be better if it was, you could just regenerate all of them with a low price, but like being able to pick isn't necessarily all that bad.
Right.
I don't know. There's not much I can really say about this, other than like, regenerate. I feel like, as confusing as it is, it's closest thing I think we have right now is shield counters. I don't know. It's fine. Yeah. What am I trying to say? I think the
how much is Teferi's Protection?
Teferi's Protection is, I think, 3 mana.
It costs 3 mana. I know that, but
price wise, it's I think it just got a reprint, so
right. So
it's $40.
There we go. So you spend your $40 in Teferi's Protection, and for 3 mana, you get to save all of your creatures from a board wipe. Or you can pay 25 cents for Resuscitate. And and for 3 mana, you get to save 1 of your creatures, and all you have to do is spend 1 more mana, and you can keep saving more and more creatures. Look, it's not Teferi's Protection. If it was, it wouldn't make our list because everybody would know about it. Yeah. This is a decent card. And I mean, you're looking for redundancy in your decks. So you want multiple ways to do much of the same thing. And this is one of those cards that will let you do that. I think, realistically, you're probably going to want to use 5 mana on this one because that way you can save 3 creatures. So you're going to save your key creatures, and, the token creatures are going to have to die. You'll manage.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think even with that example too, like it's, I think, more reason to not necessarily overbuild your board, because I mean, like, you shouldn't be, regardless. Like, you should always be prepared for a board wipe, and this kind of helps guide you do that. Like, so if you draw it, you're like, all right, like I need to make sure that like I know if there's a board wipe, which creatures I'm saving, and kind of like holding that up. But what I like too is that if this requires them to use at least an extra spell on removal, if not just like in response to you casting Resuscitate, right? Like if they're trying to kill like even just like one thing on your board, play Resuscitate, they have to play another thing to kill it before Resuscitate resolves. Otherwise, you just keep putting 1 mana back into it while and it's great. I love this card. This card is in 268 decks. So like again, just another like it takes up a slot, sure. It's until end of turn, sure, but like it's valuable. It's protection. But all right, and with that one out of the way, come to I guess maybe our final card. We'll see. So my next card. Provoke. Yeah. 1 and a green. Untap target creature you don't control. That creature blocks this turn if able. Draw a card. So, first off, it's 2 green and you get to replace it. So, there's that. And that is not something to be messed with. When you get some of these instants that aren't nearly as popular as some of the other ones and that cost a lot less, a lot of times the ability on it just isn't worth putting an entire card in. But in this case, you get to replace the card. So there's a benefit there. Untap target creature you don't control. That creature blocks this turn if able. So, again, yes, there are times when I'm swinging. I mean, essentially, this is a removal spell. You're only ever going to play it when you want to force one of their creatures to block and you plan to kill it. You can also use it on an opponent's turn again. If your opponent is swinging in, it's like, oh, by the way, I really do have one of your creatures that I really want dead. So we're going to untap that and send it in. You can also use it as a way to maybe you want to help your opponent to defend against something else. Somebody's swinging in with a big, ugly, nasty creature, and you know it's coming your way soon. Well, you know what? I'm going to untap your Death Touch dude because I want to give you the opportunity to get rid of that for me. Hell yeah.
So there's, again, this is one of these cards that was made back in the days when it was assumed that all of the attacks were either coming at you or you were attacking. And Provoke is a card that I think works really well, even if you're not involved in combat. So,
yeah, I think it's great. I really like the Kev Walker conspiracy art for it. I'll have that one up. But I think it's just like, yeah, it's so flexible, as with like most of the cards that we've had today, where because they're all instants, you have the ability to really do whatever you want with it. Like, you are able to look for those corner cases, but even if you're not, you're still like, if you're using it the way that it's intended, it's still doing like a lot of work.
It is, and I completely agree with you. These lesser cost instants, man, you want some flexibility out of them.
Yeah,
and it's just you really do. I avoided picking any of the charms that were available. I mean, the definition of flexibility is a card that gives you 3 options, but I just avoided it this time. A lot of the charms are charms people, they tend to know, and honestly, search for charm. You'll find them. So, whereas with cards like these are, oftentimes a little bit tougher to find. So,
yeah. It's funny, a lot of these, because they're like so like low costed, and obviously with this one, with Provoke drawing a card, lends itself to wondering, is there a green Storm deck out there? Who knows? Maybe soon. Because
Maybe
it seems that they're bringing Storm back one by one. So
yep.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a couple more that like deserve at least a little bit of recognition. I guess what's it called?
Our honorable mention.
Thank you. Honorable mentions.
Problem.
I've got Touch of Vitae, which is 2 and a green. Until end of turn, target creature gains haste. And for 0, untap this creature, activate only once. It's nice if you've got green activated ability where it's like, all right, like you put it down, play this, activate it, pay 0, untap it, activate it again. So there's that, obviously. Right. But also just having haste in green is a lot harder than you'd think if you're not playing red as well. Obviously, there's like the boots, there's greaves, there's things to make things have haste, but generally speaking, it's not in green, right? And so for 3 mana, just having haste and the ability to untap it for either an activated ability or for pseudo vigilance, it's great.
Yeah.
That's all. Oh yeah, how many decks was Provoke is in?
Provoke 1490 something.
1475.
Okay, there we go.
Touch of Vitae is in 408. And then the other honorable mention I had was Magnify for a single green. All creatures get +1/+1 till end of turn. This is symmetrical, so that makes things weird. But it's also, you play it after blocks. It's green's Trumpet Blast. It's fine. It's nothing amazing. That's all.
This is the card that you're using in your token deck.
Yes.
So when you have 30 plus tokens, and they all just need a little extra something, little something. Yeah, Magnify. And this is 1 green mana. They are not going to see this coming. There's no way.
No.
So, Andy, I had one I wanted to throw in.
Yes.
And I'm going to add it in. Folks, we're adding this in just because I played this card way back when. I don't know that it really actually even makes the list. The card is called Stormseeker. It costs 3 and a green. And it says, Stormseeker deals damage to target player equal to the number of cards in that player's hand. It's green direct damage. I always got a kick out of it because invariably, if you can play it at the right time, you can catch somebody. I will say, in today's day and age, when you've got people running, 15 different ways to hold more cards in their hand than the maximum 7.
Right.
Maybe Stormseeker should be making a bigger comeback in some of my decks, but it was always a treat to be able to 4 green on my opponent's end step, 6 damage to you. All right, now it's my turn. It's just bonus, and I appreciate that 4 mana is a lot to spend for, like I said, 5 or 6 points of damage. It's not target. It's not target. It's target player. So you're not getting to take out a creature with this. I didn't say this was good. I just said I enjoyed playing this back then. And yeah, I always look around. There always seems to be at least one player in my group whose hand is, half the size of their library. And it's like, all right, you should be punished for this.
Especially too, where it's like, it's forcing them to play instant speed cards in response to this so that they take less damage.
Right.
This is a blue hate card, and it's wonderful. Like it does that thing that, if somebody really goes off, then bam, like who knows, maybe they're dead. And I love too that if you're playing this with red, like it maybe, who knows, maybe it's 2 damage, maybe it's, you know, per card. Like you can easily double this. You can triple it easily. Like there are ways that this does more damage than that. So
Right.
Love it. I love it.
So it's in 540 decks.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Storm Seeker, baby. All right,
Man,
Andy.
this is. I thought green was going to be tough because when we were doing the research, I was like, there's like 100 cards to choose from. I searched it up on Scryfall, put them in order of EDH rec rank, and it was like the first page, and that was it. It was like the first page and then some on the second page. It was less than 100 cards to choose from.
Yeah.
And a lot of them weren't good. A lot of them, it made sense why these cards weren't being played. But I think we found some good ones, and I think that you'll like playing with these cards. I think they feel good. I think that especially playing them, the table will be like, hold on, I've never seen this card. What does that do? And that's just a fun little feeling that we hope that these episodes invoke. We've got a playlist somewhere of all of our temple's treasures, so make sure you go check those out.
Yes.
But that's going to do it for us this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, press that subscribe button or press that like button. I don't know what calls to action I should be adding here. But press that subscribe button. And I think that's it. Thank you again. We're Temple of the False Pod. We're X and not optimized, but our plays sure as heck are fun. I'm Andy.
I'm Bruce.
Yeah. Thank you again. Have a great night. Play some magic for me, and may your 5th land be the temple.